Bitches, bitches,
Hello, welcome. Tonight we are going to finally finish the Blue Noise Generator. So none of the optimizations worked. They all made it slower. So instead, we're just going to do the normal single-threaded version. And I mean, what was I thinking anyways, trying to optimize JavaScript? Oh man, I made my mistake as soon as I tried to optimize JavaScript. So we've got our three different versions here. We've got the WebGL, that runs it in GLSL. We've got the index right here with work.js that's the multi-threaded that runs 8 different worker threads on my 8-core processor. And we've got index copy with work copy right here that runs a single web worker. Guess which one runs fastest? The single-threaded web worker. Isn't JavaScript amazing? Oh boy. So anyways, huge problems with web workers. I ranted on them for a very long time before in the last stream, like a few hours ago. Long story short, you can't share memory between web worker threads. So basically, if you have to access the same data on all 8 threads, you need to duplicate that data 8 times. So I'm working on image data. So duplicating a gig of image data 8 times is absolutely ridiculous. Like, you barely have it. Like, you're already kind of pushing the limit with that 1 gig of data. And to make that even worse, because you can't share data, anytime you want to bus data between the worker threads, you need to go, I call it busing, but it's just fucking copying memory around. JavaScript just puts these stupid barriers around it. You basically need to copy memory back to the JavaScript main thread and then send them back over to the web workers. It's so inefficient because it basically all puts everything on the main thread. So you basically need to synchronize everything on a single thread anyways, even if it's multi-threaded. I could talk about this for a really long time. Anyways, we're going to put the stuff that didn't work in the fail folder. Right there. So this is what worked. You know what? We're going to put this all in the fail. We're going to start this back up from scratch, basically. Not from scratch, but I'm going to rewrite some of it to make it more efficient. So the one thing I did like that I did differently about this, let me just make sure is everything set up good here. Yeah, it is. All right. So what I did like, I added all these new options, which I want to keep. The other thing I did like is the way I formatted all this. So I'm going to just go and remove all of this. And right here, I'll give a link to DemoFox's article. All right, so this will actually give me my good base for starting. I'm just copying this link in right here. Okay, so we're going to clear work.js as well. All right, so now I'm going to look in this code and this code, which has the source already. So I'm just going to take the functions I need. So these are the other versions I made, so I may as well just copy the code that I already did, since it makes it a lot easier. All Alright, so I need that, I need that. Don't need this anymore. And I could also use this loading function right here for generate. And I don't need RNG. Or I won't need the RNG function here. I'm going to put some music on too. Here we go. Alright, so in state, it's going to be running. So if running return, running equals true. Start time is now. So I'll do start time when it actually starts down here. So all of this loading is still needed. Resetting the output is needed. I guess I should document all this stuff. Image data to image. Canvas to data URL. Oh, sick. All right. Alright, so now I can just copy this. Alright, so I can take these compute energy functions, and I can just put them in the code and it'll be the exact same length. I also need to import all the options now that I have like a density option as well. So I don't need the total size. Alright, so sigma seed density. I think that's all else I need to put in. Zero, 1, 2, 3. So 3, not 4. There we go. Oh, and I'm outputting the initial pattern. I don't need that. Now I can remove these functions. So I'm just calling them in the code. Alright, that should be good. I can remove these checks, I believe, as well. Alright, now I need to make it update progress as it goes along. So I am updating progress right here. When I output the number 40, it's like 40% done. So right here, I'll say it's like 2% done. Then right here, I'll say it's like 6% done. And this, I don't have a way of measuring because it's just a while true loop until this is equal to the tightest is equal to the emptiest. I should actually comment this correctly. Alright, awesome. So the progress for this, after this pattern, will probably be like 20%, I think. Alright, so now I can update this as it goes. I want to actually reduce the number of post messages. So with this, I don't want to output it too much, so I'm going to wait like, I think 1,000 steps before outputting it each time. So this will be I divided by n points times 20, so it'll go up to 40% like that. And we're going to do the same thing. But up to 75. Actually up to 70. No, wait. 65 is probably more reasonable. Alright, sweet. So now this should... Actually, this is different. I need to update this. So how am I going to do the timing for this? I'm going to output this. So I guess this is where I got to calculate the type. Let me see something. Oh, this is bugging out. There we go, that's better. Selected index 0. Selected index should be 1. Yeah, okay. No, yeah, so this should be pretty easy to do. So now all I need to do is output images to this output div. Image count. Channel count. I also need a channel count for the red, green, blue. comment out this old code. So this will output the type grayscale. Oh, and actually, this is outputting width instead of size. Ooh, it's good I realized that. So at this point, it's going to output data to the image data. So alright, so now, since it's grayscale, image ID++, I have to handle the other types here, but I'll just do grayscale to begin. Then if image ID bigger than or equal to image count, then we're done and we can stop running. And we could set the progress to empty. Alright, we also need to actually output this to the output div now. So we're going to create a new image. On load, image source equals image canvas, got to data URL. So canvas to data URL. The default is image PNG. Alright, well PNG doesn't use lossy compression, so awesome. So then I'll do document get element, output div, dot append child image. Actually, I also want to output some other stuff. I want to output some text. Oh, I forgot to output the span. And this looks like it has... Oh. Oh, what's wrong with it? Oh, I'm forgetting about the alpha. Generated nan. Oh, I'm forgetting to initialize start time. "28 seconds is wrong. I forgot to divide by 1,000. Alright, there's something buggy about this. Going to 2,000% done. Alright. Let's see how changing the sigma affects it. Super interesting. I actually left a black dot. Huh. Alright, what part should I... Yeah, I should fix that percentage first. First of all, I gotta do v.toFixed. Alright, so where is this going wrong? It's not one of these fixed ones. It's probably right here, yeah. So instead of doing endpoints, right here I have to do I minus t points divided by not half points, but half points minus total points. And then right here I have to do I minus half points divided by half points. Awesome. Woo. So that looks really good. Now if you do multiple images, it doesn't start up the second one. Okay. So I'll start by making it render the multiple images. So now I just post the exact same thing right here. And you know what, to make this more accurate, I'm going to do message.data1 times message.data1. Is there any other comments I can remove? No, it's all good. All right. So now I got to support color textures. So this should render 4. Oh, okay. So I actually should change the... I forgot to change the seed. So I'm going to do seed plus image ID divided by 1000, and that should still change it up. Oh yeah, they're all different. Oh, and it forgot to reset the start time. Oh, and I'm actually going to cache the start time here so that I can use it right here. Alright, so now let's support red, green, blue. Pixel I equals channel count. So this code will actually be the same for the two. X equals V. It'll actually be pixi plus equals 4. Channel count plus plus if type equals 1. Channel count equals 3. Then image done. But we also need to set the alpha to 255. There we go. Oh, and this isn't correct. This is supposed to be like this. Otherwise, it'll be red, green, blue, alpha, so we check if the channel count's 4. And we want to reset the channel count right here. And then right here, we don't have to do anything. We just mark it as image done. All right, let's test that out. All right, something's wrong. it's completely transparent. I must have set the wrong pixel value to 255 or something right here. Wait, type is equal to 1, right? Yeah, type is equal to 1. Huh. Pixi plus equals... Oh, I'm not putting the image data. And I'm not using different seeds for the channel either. I'm an idiot. Alright, so I also should mark this different. If channel count or if type does not equal 0, or if type equals 1, we should stretch the progress so that it's out of 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to do channel count plus V, or times 100 plus V divided by 3, which is the channel count. Then we'll do channel count times 100 plus V divided by 4. The type is 2 because that's the channel count. Now oh my god, that's incredible. It basically looks white from far away like this. Oh, that's so cool. Alright. Our Blue Noise texture generator is all good. Now we just need to make it tiling. This edges around here is because we don't have toroidal distance. So let's do that now. Also, let me make sure this I want to see how this expands. Is there no scroll bar? There is no scroll bar. Okay, so this is what I wanted to test. As it seems like this divider let me just test this. Has no scroll bar. Oh, I forgot to assign it to inner HTML. What is string equal to that it's not assigning? I'm not. Oh, it only runs when I call generate. I'm an idiot. I'm tired today. Here we go. So doesn't wrap. Okay. I need to make it scroll. CSS overflow wrap horizontal. Word wrap break word. Sweet, there we go. So now I know when you generate it, you'll be able to access all of your stuff. Yeah, now I just need to make it wrap. Feels good to be able to just generate blue noise images. Is everything looking good in it too? I feel like too many are set to 0. I can actually do some validation here. This is supposed to do it till there's no ones left. So as it loops through here, I'm going to check if there's ones. If bin I does not equal 1, self.post message -1. Oh no! Alright, so there's actually an issue with the generation. This is supposed to have all the values as 1. That must mean the number of points hit here isn't equal after this. So I still need to measure the number of points. How am I actually going to debug this? So let me see if it's removing a pixel, adding a pixel, and then checking if they're equal, then it's at most going to have 1 pixel less. So I can do endpoints minus minus here, I think, and it should fix it. Oh, hell yeah. I'm understanding this pretty well now. Alright, that's awesome. So it even holds up to the check. Okay, so now we have to do toroidal distance. Toroidal distance, which is wrapping. So basically what that is right now, if you look at the texture, it's got this border around it. It's not good. It stands out. And there's this, you can actually see the pattern starts up to a few pixels away if you look. So this is because this pixel over here is completely like super far away. What you're supposed to do to make a tiling texture is you do wrapping distance, which basically means this pixel is like actually right beside each other because this wraps around to here. So the first thing I'm going to do for this is this will actually affect the initial point pattern here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to output and you know what, let me check. Does this work for non-powers of 2? Yeah, it does. Awesome. Alright, so I'm just going to do bin b times equal 255 self.post message bin return. So this outputs the point pattern. So the initial point pattern, when I add, you can see most of these points, a lot of the points are right on the border, and that's kind of what causes this pattern too. But anyways, when I add the wrapping distance, you should see the points get pushed a bit more into the middle because they'll wrap around the edges and repel each other from the edges. So right now, all I have to do is do it in this energy function to begin. So what I believe I do do size 2. Equals size times 0.5. And then if at the absolute distance ADX bigger than size 2, wrap the X distance, which will be size. What is the wrapping distance again? I did a test for this just earlier. I actually think I have it in the WebGL version. Yeah, right here. Size minus absolute distance. Times sine the distance, so it stays the same. Wait. Or does it switch to negative distance? Yeah, so the difference is it swaps the negative. But that actually doesn't matter because it's just going to be multiplying one by the other. So I don't even need to do that. I need to add it to the add energy functions here too. Alright, let's see if this works. No, it didn't. Size is not defined. Oh, it's width instead of size. I'm just going to replace width with size. Alright, sick. So that should be it. Reference error. Size 2 is not defined. Guess I gotta define this up here too. Sick, I think it worked. So you can see this point wrapping around here reflects the point there. Yeah, it's all working. Awesome. So now I should just be able to enable this for the rest of the generation. And we have, oh wait. It's, oh man. It still has some, I'm not sure if it's the edges cutting it off or if it's actually not tiling. Yeah, it actually doesn't look like it's tiling. Oh, I know what it is. When I'm computing the zero energies here, I'm not doing the toroidal distance. I forgot to change it here. Alright, so now that'll make it toroidal, or at least it should. Oh, that looks amazing. Perfect blue noise texture. Oh, and it's perfectly tiling as well. Beautiful. Awesome. Alright, this was a successful stream. The whole generation app works. I'm freaking excited. Now, tomorrow, we can polish marbles a little bit more, add the blue noise texture sampling, which should make it look a heck of a lot better. I have an idea for how to make the shadow mapping look a lot better too. Yeah, other than that, hell yeah. I'm just happy to have a blue noise generator. Alright, see everyone later. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow for some game development. If you're interested in talking more, join the Discord. The link is down in the stream description. Goodbye. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.